put it like a background for an MTV. It's okay. Well, sort of, because
Little time.
no, no, that's my dream when I was a kid to be a musician, but because we were so poor and we lived in the middle of the forest, and it's very hard for my parents to teach me anything or give me some space for that. Not even a guitar, no nothing. So it's just a dream.
Yeah.
So.
But
I can play guitar. I can play guitar. I'm playing the lead guitar in my band, but I think it's very perfunctory, not that good. If I want to be called a real musician, then I have to commit to music. Just like I'm committing myself to cinema this past 2 decades. So with music, it's hallucinatory in a way. Nowadays, cinema is more immediate. If you talk about urgency, then you can use cinema. Music, you can throw it in the internet, in YouTube, but it doesn't have the same impact as cinema. But when it comes to comparing cinema with literature, then cinema pales by a mile. I think the novel is more important than cinema. Coming from a filmmaker, yeah. Because I wanna, maybe next year I'll stop doing cinema, I'll start writing novels.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Are you thinking about it?
Well, I'm just doing cinema because it's very immediate. It's very Socratic. You can easily have dialogue. Like I can bring it to a festival, and now I'm having dialogue with you guys. But with literature, if I write it in my own language, it will take years before it's translated to English, and then before it becomes a part of people's culture. It will take a lot of time, but it's the better platform for me, I think.
So then there's difference. So cinema is universal language and
Yes. Yeah, literature is also universal language, but the facility to bring it immediately to people, to have some discourse or some impact in a way, it will take longer with the novel. But I'm not also saying that cinema is a lesser art form or a lesser platform. I'm just saying that the facility is so limited with cinema. That's the thing. It's because of the impact of Hollywood. They're imposing on so many things. They have the publishing, they have the greed, they have the machine. So, that makes cinema more limited in a way, because the bigger picture would be, the venues, the forum. We have the festivals, of course, but think about the Viennale. How many people are watching the Viennale? It's so limited. But if you show, the Marvel comics or, all these Hollywood things in the malls here, it's 10 times more than, the population that goes to the festival. So there's the thing. Cinema is so limited in so many, aspects when it comes to dialogue, or it comes to having an impact to our perspectives, or how we think about life, how do we critique life. But of course, I'm not saying that I'm giving up on cinema. I'm just saying that we need to do more. We need to do more. We need to have more support from the systems, institutions, not just the festivals.
Yeah, but instead of the support, they are giving away everything.
There's nothing.
No?
Like in the Philippines, I cannot show my films except for 2-3 small festivals. I can show them if a student comes to me, sir, where can I watch your film? I give them the links.
Yeah.
Sir, where can I watch your film? I give it to a professor and he will show it to his students. So this is the only way, because All the malls are having all these commercial films from Hollywood or the slapstick cinemas of my country. Just make cinema. That's the only thing that we can do, and I'm doing that in my country. In spite of the lack of support, in spite of the lack of venues, in spite of the lack of audience, we have to continue doing it. It's a responsibility. It's an awareness to greater discourse, We have to do it. So you have to start making cinema in spite of everything. You have to start doing cinema in spite of everything. Just don't think about these motherfuckers. The system sucks, and then just keep creating something to have an impact to new perspectives. Yeah, that's the only way. If you keep thinking about this walls, then there's nothing. So if you start doing cinema, then culture will grow at some point. Again, it's ignorance.
Ignorance?
Yes, because a lot of people, they're so part of the conventional way of making cinema, cut to cut. If it's a longer cut, then it's not good. It's not good editing for them. So if you give them this new kind of perspective, new kind of doing things, they say, oh, let's just label it comatose cinema or dead cinema or slow cinema, for lack of knowledge about, the freedom that art must be given with, Art is free. They don't understand that. A lot of critics as well, no? They're like, come on. They're so they capitulate so much with Hollywood. You shouldn't go beyond 2 hours. You shouldn't go beyond an hour and a half. You have to cut it fast to be called cinema. My God, it's so ignorant. Even Paul Schrader is very ignorant.
Really?
Come on, yeah. Have you read the book? Yeah, he was talking about some people. He didn't even see these films.
Yeah.
He was so drunk we met each other in Switzerland. He put me in the book, but he never saw any of my films.
Yeah.
He admitted that.
He's writing without...
Yeah, he was thinking about it. He's a very good writer. Yeah. He invents things, He's a storyteller,
Yeah.
I can say straight that Paul is also very ignorant on so many things.
Yeah.
But he's a good writer. He wrote Taxi Driver. He wrote,
Yeah.
Lack of research, lack of commitment to struggle to understand other cultures. I can say that a lot of people in Hollywood, they're so imposing, and they think they have the dominant eye, the dominant perspective. So they won't even think about, making a real film about Georgia, a real film about the Philippines. They will only put us behind the scenes, Oh, there's a Georgian character there. Let's make him a villain. There's a Filipino terrorist there. Let's make him the villain. Or make him the laughing stock or some, just to appease the issue of race in cinema. Put an Asian there, put a Chinese there, put a black man there, and that's Hollywood,
Yeah.
Hollywood producing such things.
Yeah, it's horrible how they do it. And they think, when it comes to discourse and discussions, they think they're so good because of their very clean English. You think that it's very intelligent? No, just, again, go back to the book of Paul Schrader. It's very ignorant. Yeah. Well, again, it's a responsibility to do a lot of research. It's very hard to make cinema that's, otherwise you're gonna be accused of being a revisionist if you don't do your homework. Like if I every time I make a film, there's a lot of research going on about, like if I put the period in, like The Woman Who Left, it's 1997, so I have to do a lot of research on that year in our country's history and in the world's history. To contextualize the discourse on that period, you have to do full-time commitment to do a lot of research. At least you go near the truth if you have a lot of research on it. If not, then you can just invent things, which is also valid. Just tell them, oh, I'm revising history. Fuck off. You can always do that because cinema is very free anyway. But then if you're responsible enough, then you have to examine history well by researching a lot, You have to be very, at least, kind of objective, even though everything is subjective anyway. You have to be near the truth always. In any discourse, try to go for the truth always. Of a certain period, of a certain character, of a certain event, of a certain incident, you have to go near the truth by doing a lot of research, It's a DNA thing. You have to do the DNA thing of a certain period, a certain epoch, It's that kind of thing. Yeah. Well, I work with people who understand my process. Most of the time, I also do the camera, I'll do the design. I have an art director and some people who can work with the design. I have people, 2 assistants or 1 assistant with the camera. And they know my process. That they know that I wake up at 2 o'clock or 3 in the morning and I write the script for the day. I write maybe 3 or 5 scenes every day, and during breakfast we discuss it. So the design will prepare it, costume and the sets, and I discourse on the actors and the non-actors about what's gonna happen, and I tell them to please memorize the dialogue, and we'll have rehearsals later. And shooting time would be around 2 p.m. or 10 a.m. So it is very exact also, but at the same time, everybody is on that thing. Even me, we are discovering things every day. We struggle together. I don't even know sometimes if I wake up at dawn like, can I really write something today? Can I really write 3 or 5 scenes today? Sometimes I can't. And I tell them, oh, in the morning I tell them, good morning, there's no script today. We just hang out. So it is that kind of process.
It's
yeah.
some kind of improvisation.
Yeah, improvisation, but at the same time it's very exact as well, because I write the script and I give it to them. I give it to the assistant director, and he will do the, the so-called sequence treatment where they can understand everything, and he will ask the art director to do these things. I will talk to them. So there's a lot of preparation as well. Yeah, it's gonna be that way because we have all the means now. We have cell phones, everything. We can do cinema the way we want it. You can actually make cinema on your own terms. Like you don't really need money. I kept telling people, because a lot of young people now, they go to workshops and then film schools, and the film school will tell them, oh, you need to do a script, you ask for this amount, and at some point the student will say, how can I make a film with this thing? Because they create a structure where it would be very hard for you to fathom how to create cinema. But because I was teaching also, I was teaching in Cuba, I taught in Berlin, yes, and I do some workshops. I tell them, just grab anything and then shoot, create your own story. You don't have to get that millions or hundreds of thousands to create cinema. All you need is,
Camera and the gun.
a camera and a good vision. You just want to create something. The passion in you. Yeah, it's better that way. You start that way and it's better. The money will come later. People will support you later. But show them something first, that you can do something,
Maybe we must establish festival in which will be the movies which is created like only this way.
Yeah.
But producers, the financial managers, or
It's hard because they create a paradigm, a model that's very Hollywood, that's very market-driven in a way. So you have to get this money, and then you have to be sure that it will make this money so that you can return the money of the producers. That's so fucked up, But if you tell students, if you tell a guy who's interested in cinema that just create something for culture, not thinking about the market, Because cinema is not really for the market. If you want to do a cultural work, an artwork, then don't think about profit. Don't think about that motherfucking capital system, you know. Because capitalism will always destroy us. Once capitalism starts to overwhelm every work, then it's gonna be Hollywood or, you know, all this motherfucking profit-driven, you know, greed-driven works, you know. It's hard for, you know, for people to do things if you talk about money. Don't talk about money, just talk about culture, talk about art, and that's it. You know, yeah, jazz, you know, just hold a guitar.
Yeah.
Folk songs, folk songs. You just need 2 chords and a story. That's it, you know.
What do you think about it?
Again, that's part of the. It's a very. It's part of the system. It's part of the institutional thing that. I love institutions, but the people who run the institutions sometimes they impose these things because they're so naive, they're so ignorant as well. They think that if you create something like that, okay, for these years because of the Me movement or anything, we need to do feminist perspective themes. So you submit things like that. It's very bad. It's not fair.
Maybe you, maybe not. Maybe I'm a feminist in a classical way, but I already tired of this.
Yeah. They're using it.
Yeah, and I think
feminism is great, but they're using it in a very bad way.
It's kind of a tool in their hand, and they are running things around them, around us.
And some idiots will come to cancel everybody who just talks about anything. It's like, come on. They don't really understand what they're talking about. They're just guarding something that's, oh my God, it's difficult to really fathom where we're going now, you know. We keep, just like what I told you a while ago, we just keep going to create some impact, even if it's very little. So it's for humanity's survival that we should keep going, although we know that everything is overwhelming us. Just watching the CNN before I came here, BBC, it's all about the war in Ukraine, in Gaza, and the killings in Maine today, last night, and it's terrible, you know. But the thing is, we keep going. We keep going. We keep doing things without forgetting what's happening. We should take stock of humanity's survival always, you know. We use cinema for that, you know, for humanity always. I think that's the key. We use art for that, you know, for the soul of humanity. We think of art as the human being, the human soul. That way we will still have our faith in cinema, in music, in literature, in architecture, in dance, in poetry. So it's the only way to do it. Look at art as the soul of the human being. Save art and we will save humanity. I think that's that kind of ideology we should embrace as artists, as, you know, human beings.
Maybe that's the only form where you can be individual.
And free.
Yeah,
and free as well. Yeah.
There is also some shit things in cinema.
Of course, there's a lot. There's a lot. You know, you can see it every day. You can see it here. People are talking about marketing, and on the side you see an artist that's really committed to the art form. Then it's great. Yes, it's very immediate. It's very immediate. People go to their houses, Netflix. Hulu, you know, HBO, you know, Amazon, Apple, Disney. It's just everywhere.
It's like
TV.
It's like watching cinema.
It's like consumerism. Yeah, consumerism. That's capitalism on you know, at work. Capitalism at work. That's why it's evil, really evil. These things, you know. But the only way to fight it is we just keep going, you know. Yeah. They will be there. It's always there, but you know.
But there is less and less space for the art.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's just why we keep going, to create a space, you know. We keep struggling.
Yeah, we
Yes, of course. There's,
the people around the world
Yeah,
thinks
yeah.
that the way we are living is shit, and we must do something. I know that this is very naive to do something against capitalism, because
Yeah.
look at
We're enjoying capitalism.
yeah.
The you know, there's a good side of it. You know, technology advances. There are institutional things that comes, and they also matter. But the overwhelming, you know, impact of capitalism will kill this world eventually. That's why, you know, we need the responsible people, you know, out there in the capitalist perspectives, you know. Politics is really bad, you know, all over the world, you know. Where can you find good discourse now on politics? It's really bad. They couldn't even agree what they're gonna do with what happened in Georgia, in Armenia, in Syria. Now we have Ukraine, now we have Gaza, now we have everything. In our area, China is just taking all the islands near our place, all our islands. Yeah, in the West Philippine Sea, Malaysian seas, Vietnam Sea. China is just taking everything there. Yeah. Film criticism, well, I have, it's divided as well. It's the same. It's a mixed feeling. There are responsible critics, there are irresponsible critics. You know, you can see that in the way especially if they talk about culture. Like if they critique my cinema, you know that I can really read it if they don't understand my culture and they just attack the film because it's slow, it's fucking crude, it's fucking dirty, and it's fucking long. So they complain a lot about it without understanding the culture that I'm discoursing on and my culture as a filmmaker, where I'm coming from. They just hit your films based on what they know and what they think cinema should be. That's the bad side of film criticism. But there are also film critics who work hard to understand your culture, your perspective, your discourse. So
to make some new theories about film, because I think every time we are saying that cinema is dying.
No.
I don't think so.
It will not die.
Cinema is not dying.
It's not dying.
Criticism is dying.
Because
there are people who are writing only with their perspectives, and I did so.
That's the same, yeah.
About 4 or 5 years ago, because I was in university, they just teaching me how
to write film criticism.
But then I thought I'm writing about the film director, for example, from China, and I don't know anything from his
China, his culture, yeah.
So it's really hard to be a film critic.
It's hard, yeah, it's hard. It's a big responsibility. It's a duty to really, like, you know, immediately, a lot of people, you know, you watch a film and then you write for your paper, it's a deadline.
Yeah.
So
15 minutes to write.
Yeah, and then if you do something that's bad, then you're destroying the filmmaker, you're destroying the whole perspective of the film because you didn't understand it. You just want to write something about it with your arrogance because your English is so good. A lot of Hollywood or American critics are like that. Their English is so good and they think the fineness of their language will carry the weight for the so-called criticism. But if you read them well, there's nothing. They're so fucking ignorant about the cultures of these filmmakers, of where the filmmaker is coming from, or the film is coming from, or even the discourse and perspective of the film. You don't really understand. They will just attack you. Next film, attack you. Next film. You know, they will.
Yeah.
They will put
like what Stalin did.
Yeah, Stalin, very Stalinist. Yeah, very fascist. The way they. Okay. Lav Diaz, another slow film. Yeah. Next film. You know them. You can read them. Okay. You can read them, and you know that where they're coming from as well. They're popcorn critics, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This kind of Metascore,
Yeah.
Rotten Tomatoes, and
Yeah, that
kind
thing.
of 3-star.
Yeah,
Star.
oh my God.
5-star.
Where are they coming from? But then people believe them, just like conspiracy theories, no?
They really have some really big impact.
Yeah, they're very influential. They're very influential.
This IMDb thing, this
Mm.
Metascore thing.
Yeah.
Maybe when you don't know who Lav Diaz is, you are googling it, and then first
Yeah,
thing
yes.
is IMDb Lav Diaz, and
Slow cinema, blah blah blah. And it's imagine a small town in the Philippines. This is happening even in Malaysia, in our region. Every time the Oscars are coming, you see them preparing to, you know, the so-called critics in the small towns and the film enthusiasts. They put the big screen and watch the Oscar winners, and they're like, "Come on, people, what are you doing?" So
it's a show today. And
so that speaks a lot about, you know, the culture of writing in cinema.
yeah.
You know, you can see that they're all poisoned now with this Western perspective of cinema, and they allow it to happen because they're so lazy and ignorant and arrogant as well. Yeah.
Because
Mm.
in my opinion, festivals and also some film critics,
Are
sometimes
connected to that.
exotizing this cinema. This
Yes,
cinema,
yes.
your cinema. Maybe I was Berlinale. You
Yeah.
were here 3-4 years ago.
Yeah, yeah.
Everybody asks you about the aesthetics. I like this, but only body Lav Diaz makes 6 hours film.
Yeah.
It's not matter. It's matter what you make it. It's
Yes.
matter why it's important for you.
Yeah.
Why it's important for
Why
third
it's
world.
6 hours?
How
Yeah.
wide? No, it's 10 hours. So, okay, it's 10. Cinema maybe 1 hour. Cinema maybe.
Yeah, it can be 5 minutes, 5 hours, 40 minutes. Yeah.
If you love cinema, you will watch till the end.
Yes,
Maybe
yes.
not today, but tomorrow.
Yeah, you have a lot of cinema can wait, you know.
And,
Just yeah.
and the thing, this world is speeding up, and this one of the theory of slow cinema is like they are making slow films because the world is speeding up.
Okay, that's the thing. Yeah.
So what about it?
I think he's very right about it. They wanna exoticize things in a way where they want you to perpetually do things for that because you're exotic. They're not talking about a real discourse on life. It's more of, okay, it's fascinating that you do these things, and don't stop doing that. You'll be part of that, you know. They put you in a box, and like it's an imprisonment as well, you know, where you're not free anymore because of labeling. And they label you as slow cinema. If you change your aesthetic, you know, if you change even the way you cut it, and then, oh, he's changing, he's eating popcorn now, he's compromising now, he's selling out, you know. So where do you want to go? Just keep going, you know. I've been accused of that so many times, you know, selling out, trying to be pretentious. You can't go anywhere. Just be true to yourself. For me, that's it, you know. I don't care, yeah.
This internet time is helping this kind of system too, because
Yes,
now
yeah.
everyone can
Have their opinion, yeah,
have their
yeah.
opinion. Everyone is film critic.
That's true, yeah.
You know, the Noam Chomsky said that in democracy everyone is expert.
Very much so, yeah. That's very
The
true.
internet is very democratic because there is all the information.
Yeah,
Of course, it's martwadi.
It's under control.
It's under control, but you can see.
it's really out of control.
Yeah.
And it's influencing everybody because everybody has their opinions, and it's so muddled now, and you don't know what's the truth, what's real, and it's like, you know, having all this fake news and everything. For the gullible people, there's a lot of it, they're just gonna eat everything and believe it.
Yeah.
So it affects our, you know, thinking and perspective very much, you know. Just look at what's happening now, the war in Armenia, the war in Gaza, in Ukraine. You'll be surprised to hear people's opinions, like, what? Right?
Because of media and
Yeah, the media, yeah, the muddled internet, you know.
But I know what happens now in Ukraine.
Yeah.
Because that was in Georgia and
Yeah, it happened to you guys, and they just erased the whole.
we don't need media to
Yeah,
tell
yeah,
about
yeah.
how bad
You know
Russia
the truth, you know. Yeah, you experienced it before. It happened. Yeah. So it's.
Okay, let's end with some hope.
Of course.
Because
We're very hopeful. Every time we talk about the truth, it's very hopeful. Don't worry about it, you know. The way we talk about it now, it's very hopeful because we're trying to dig the truth and we're serious about it. So it's, you know, it's the reverse of, you know, our feeling. We feel bad, but at the same time, there's good coming out of it because we're discoursing on it. Yeah.
Bellatar made ceramic.
Yeah.
The good filmmakers are making. They are on festivals, but I think festivals is okay.
Yeah.
Festivals is really needful for us.
Yes. Yeah.
I think the municipal cinemas are more needful now because of this indoctrination.
You think are you talking about municipal cinemas, local cinema?
Local cinema, which state supports and
Government
gives
cinema.
money because the tickets are very it's not
Low,
cheap.
the prices are low. Yeah.
So
I don't. In my case, I give my films for free. Like if you email me, Lav, can we have the links? I send you the links and show the films for free. I can give you that. Yeah, for me, it's my kind of system is very egalitarian, where I can just, if somebody asks for a copy, I give you the copy. Ask somebody asks for the link, I give them the link. I don't think money is important, but of course, at some point, money is important because you have to do a lot of things as well. But you start with that as always. For me, as a filmmaker, as an artist, you always start your work with a soul. You know, think about being responsible to humanity. So cinema and art must be that way always for me. So if you talk about where can we find good local cinema, then in my case, just ask me and I'll give the cinema for you for free. For me, art is free and it is that way always.
okay,
Yeah.
then we can start with your retrospective.
Yeah, just email me. I'll send you the links and then show the films in your local clubs. Show them. Just do an underground thing and show all the works. I can send you the links.